God, I'm going to say something I've never said out loud. There are days when I'm not sure I still believe you hear me. Not that you don't exist. I know you exist. I can't unknow you. But hearing me, specifically me, in this specific season, I've had to fight for that faith. Every single morning. Wake up and choose to believe you see me, even when my life doesn't reflect it. That kind of faith is exhausting. And I'm tired, Lord. I'm tired of being the one who keeps holding on while everything stays the same. So here's my letter, God. I'm not going to pretend everything feels fine. You know it doesn't. But I'm choosing, even tonight, even with this ache in my chest, to believe that you are good. That your silence is not your absence. That waiting in your hands is still the safest place to be. I'm choosing to trust you, not because my circumstances prove you're faithful, but because your word says you are. Because history says you are. Because something deeper than my feelings says, He is still God. I don't know what's coming. I don't know how long this season lasts, but I know that the one who holds my waiting is the same one who holds the morning, and morning always comes. Still yours, a heart that is learning to trust you. From my journal to his heart. Do you know what it feels like to watch God move in everyone else's life? Except yours? I've celebrated so many testimonies. I've clapped so hard for other people's miracles. Weddings, promotions, breakthroughs, children, businesses. I celebrated them because I meant it. I still mean it. But God, can I be honest with you? There are nights when I come home and the apartment is quiet and the year feels long and I ask, am I doing something wrong? Is there a sin I haven't confessed? A door I forgot to close? Because everyone said, faithful obedience leads to open windows. Everyone said, trust the process, your time is coming. But what if your time keeps not coming? I opened my old journals tonight, from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I found prayers I had completely forgotten I even prayed, that God answered. Not the way I expected, not always on time by my calendar, but answered. The version of me who wrote those entries didn't know what was coming. She was in the middle of her waiting too, and I want to tell her, it got better. God showed up, even in the ways you couldn't see yet. Maybe I need to tell myself the same thing now. But then I remember that you held Abraham in a silence that lasted decades, that you let Joseph sit in a pit and then a prison before a palace, that David wrote his most honest psalms from caves, not thrones, that the silence was never abandonment, it was preparation. And I remember that you've been here before, in my life, in moments I almost missed, the job that came through the week I nearly gave up, the friendship that walked through the door I'd stopped praying about. The quiet morning you spoke to me so clearly, I wrote it in this journal and dated it. You were there. You were always there. If this letter sounded like something you felt before, you are not alone. Thousands of believers are in the waiting room with you, and one of the most powerful things you can do in this season is write it down. Write to God. Write what you feel. Write what you believe, even when you don't feel it. Your journal is a record of your faith walk, and one day, you'll read it back and see every fingerprint God left behind. Subscribe if this touched you. Share it with someone who needs it. And if you want a journal that's designed specifically for your faith walk, the link is in the description. This is my Heartthrob Journal, where faith gets honest. I'll see you in the next letter.